Give us a joke.
Happy
Birthday!
Happy
birthday!
Welcome, friends and fans, to another episode of GalaxyCon Live, where we are bringing the convention experience directly to you. And today, we are indeed going back to the Outlands with 8 members of the Apex Legends cast, and now's the time for all of you in our chat room to begin typing in your questions for them. Immediately after this session, you will have the opportunity to talk to them directly through our private chat options, as well as shop our selection of personalized autographs, all of which are available now at GalaxyCon.com. So without further ado, let's bring them up. Our first guest is an actress whose roles include Star Wars, The Old Republic, The New Looney Tunes, and the comedy Halloween Party. Today she joins us as the voice of Horizon. Please welcome Elle Newlands.
Hello!
Hello! How are you doing?
I'm very, very good. I just noticed my dog in the background, so we also have my dog. Let's call her Newt.
Newt? All right, is that the name, or is that the nom de guerre?
That's my my pack for Horizon. So we'll pretend that Newt's here with us in dog form.
There you go. There you go. Absolutely fair. Well, welcome. How has your new year been treating you?
Very good. Wonderful. It's really nice to leave 2020 with hope that 2021 will be a different year, and I think it will be. I think we're heading in a good direction.
I think so. I know some people had some concerns at the beginning of the year, but to me, that was just 2021 shaking off the last detritus of 2020. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But Elle, thank you so much for joining us here today. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Indeed. Our next guest is an actress whose tremendous body of work includes The Magic School Bus, Voltron, Legendary Defender, and Steven Universe. Today, she joins us to talk about the role of Bangalore. Please welcome back Erica Luttrell. Hey! Erica, how are you in your sound studio shower?
I'm sound studio shower. I'm good. I'm chilly. We're fostering husky puppies in our space, and so we have the heat off, and it's very cold.
My best friend had a husky, and he was a lovable breed, an absolutely lovable, adorable breed. But yes, but I can't imagine the wonderful chaos of having husky puppies running around.
You wake up to a literal, shit show.
Yeah, you said it. You said it because I couldn't. So besides the puppies, how's your new year been treating you?
It's been treating me very well. I mean, we're happy in here. I would say I'm a hardcore introvert, so it's taken me quite a long time to feel the effects of being inside all the time. But thankfully, I've actually gotten to get out of the house and travel for work, which has been a little freaky. But I wear my face mask and my face shield and the things, and
yeah.
But it's been nice to be around people here and there.
Absolutely, indeed. It is nice to have you back. Thanks for joining us again.
Thanks.
Indeed. Our next guest is an actress and singer whose credits include Goldie and Bear, Brightheart, and Harry Potter Wizards Unite. Today she joins us as the voice of Wattson. Please welcome back Justine Huxley.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Good. How's your new year been treating you?
It's been good. I've been baking a lot. I've had some butter explosions, but other than that, it's been really good.
What's been what you think is the biggest achievement of your baking adventures?
I just made these incredible gluten-free pistachio thumbprint cookies, which I totally burned my fingers on, but they are so worth it, so delicious. I dropped some off for my sister, and she said they were bakery quality, so that was very exciting.
Real quick, what are thumbprint cookies? I've never heard of these.
So you bake them for about 6 minutes, and then you put your thumb in the middle so that there's a little dent in the middle, and then you put jam or whatever filling you want in them. My friend makes homemade jam, so we put plum jam in it. It's so good.
Okay, you're making me a believer. All right. Yeah. Here I was. My resolution for 2021 was to lose my COVID quarantine weight from 2020.
No,
but
not until the pandemic's over.
No, Frank. No. Well, might as well enjoy it then. Justine, once again, thanks you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you back.
Thanks.
Indeed. Our next guest is an actor whose roles include crossing over, Elle, the Daughter of War, and Overwatch shorts. Today he joins us as the voice of Crypto. Please welcome back Johnny Young.
What's up, everybody?
Not much, man. How you holding up?
Good.
Good.
Great.
How's the new year treating you?
It's been great. My birthday was just last weekend. I've been eating a ton, trying to get back into shape after eating a ton of pizza and fried chicken and wine. So, it's not bad.
Hey, it's your birthday week. You're allowed to indulge yourself.
Yeah. Can't complain.
Indeed. Good to have you back, boss.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Our next guest is an actress and singer whose body work includes Mortal Kombat 11, Miraculous, Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir, and Ruby. Today she joins us as the voice of Lifeline. Please welcome back Mela Lee.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
Really good. Hanging out with some of my favorite people on the planet, in the galaxy, maybe.
Oh, well, indeed. You got a lot going on back there. You got a lot of foliage in the background as well. So,
hey, that's my hair.
No, I was looking at the green stuff behind you.
Erica. Feel me.
So, are those pops of your various characters?
Yeah. Lifeline and this one, I think, in the back. Miraculous. We don't have a mirrored thing, so I'm like, my right hand is over here. This Miraculous Ladybug and Mortal Kombat and Lifeline.
There you go. So, well, Bella, it's always a pleasure to have you back, and glad that the new year is treating you well.
Thank you.
Our next guest is a prolific actor and director whose body of work includes Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Kung Fu Panda, and Castlevania. Today he joins us to discuss the role of Caustic. Please welcome back JB Blanc.
Yay.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
How you doing, JB?
I'm very well, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm holding the line here in Orlando. I'm waiting for equity actors to be recalled back to Disney, and we'll probably I won't get my voiceover gig with them until next summer. But fingers crossed, like everybody else. But how have you been doing? How's your new year treating you?
Great, yeah. There was a brief pause. They called it Christmas, but I've been working pretty much through, so I'm very blessed and lucky. Shooting performance capture, which means I have to actually leave the house and interact with other people whose faces I can't really see. But we actually got shut down, and I was quarantined with my kid over Christmas because one of our crew had tested positive. So that was interesting. But quarantine wasn't much different than lockdown anyway. So it was really fine.
That's also
my Christmas day consisted of cooking a bone-in ribeye for my kid, lighting a fire, and watching Die Hard, which I think is the ultimate Christmas, really.
I am so envious of you right now.
It was fun. Yeah, no family. It was great.
Well, I am so glad the holidays treat you well, and I am very glad that you came through that scare healthy and with us.
We all need to come through this one.
Oh, indeed. And speaking of people we have to get through,
oh no.
He is a comedian, but he is an advocate of ocular system awareness. Credits include Assassin's Creed, Avengers Assemble, and the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. Today he joins us as the voice of Mirage. Please welcome back from yesterday here at GalaxyCon Live, Roger Craig Smith.
I was in Avengers Assemble.
Yes.
Say it again, Patty. Avengers Assemble.
Yep.
Avengers Assemble. Sorry,
Adventures with Thimbles, I think it was called.
I had a whole thing I was writing out. I was going to say, I've had a very long day raising huskies that bit my thumbs off while I was baking on my birthday. I knocked over a bunch of potted foliage while doing performance capture for a Die Hard remake.
Sums up the cast beautifully.
Bring it all back full circle. Been so long.
I know, indeed, it certainly has. It's like, Scooby, I got some mayonnaise in my eye. Anyway, so
if nobody saw anything from yesterday, that's just going to be weird.
I know. We're callbacks anyway, too. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all again for joining us. Thank you for coming to the GalaxyCon virtual stage. As always, we here at GalaxyCon are looking forward to the day when the world does get a little bit back to normal and we can once again host you on our physical stages and get all of you back in front of your fans. In the meantime, we have this forum, and we are so glad to have you here today.
And we have one more star in our sky.
Someone.
Oh, we do? Oh, my goodness.
It's important.
What? Oh well, my notes are wrong. Then let's please break out Shantel.
Yay.
There she is.
There she is. Well, Shantel, be hiding.
I love that you introduced a young actress who's just starting her career with a few million fans.
The one to leave out.
Letting me join.
I am.
Someone named
Shantel VanSanten. Welcome to the GalaxyCon virtual stage. How was your 2021?
Oh, it's killing it. Doing great over here. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited I was invited and that some people remembered. You know? I would have just been sitting over here fangirling over everybody anyway.
I do apologize. Not very apt, but we have up to 8, and my notes are out of order. I do apologize. Roger is never going to let me live this down.
Roger, the rest of us are never going to let you live.
You could have answered all my questions for me. It's totally fine. I'll give you a blonde wig. You can play me.
And of all people, Shantel, whose dog just took a bite out of her shirt. I mean, has she not had a bad enough day?
I mean, the peril that you've gone through to get here, Shantel.
Unbelievable. Well done, Shantel. Well done.
So, everybody, team's going through. Actually, I think we're good to go on questions already. So, let's, what do you say we just go ahead and roll our first one? All right. First one comes from Jack. How did you come up with your character's voice? Who wants to go first?
I'll start.
Sure.
I play Wattson, and she is French. And I took French for years in middle school and high school. And so it was a combination of my first French teacher, who's from Alsace, and a combination of myself and my young self learning French, because Wattson is so eager and so electric and so positive. So it was kind of a combination of this woman that was so wonderful to me and a bit of myself in there.
Nice. Very nice. Who's got another?
I probably have the biggest stretch. It was really, really hard for me to pull off this Scottish accent. So hard that I stay in character all the time now because I'm so afraid of going back. Because, you know, y'all, I'm from the South and I just don't tell nobody. So just try and keep it here, like, you know. So, yeah, that's how I came up with it by birth.
Method acting.
Yeah.
Immersion. Erica, how about you?
I would say that, goodness, I mean, Bangalore is in the service and is a tough cookie and is sort of a part of myself that I don't get to express often. So it was kind of a relief when I got those sides, and it felt pretty innate to do. So it came to me. I'll say.
Fair. Mela, how about you?
Well, we worked on it together, the developers and I. I'm Creole, Ethiopian, Welsh, and so definitely pulled on the French Creole background, my Trinidad roots. Although she's from a galaxy far, far away, we did pull from some actual roots here. And I think, you know, she was always listening to music. So we had this kind of thing, last one down on a boom, boom. Like, it was very much like she's always got some music in her. For a long time when we were at Warner Brothers, all of her lines, you know, when she's always doing that, we were dancing. There's like a musicality to her. And my mother's a medical professional in the military, and my dad's in music. So she's like a perfect amalgamation of Mela in the Titanfall universe.
Very nice. Johnny, how about you?
I sort of, they sort of had a template of what they, Respawn had a template of what they sort of wanted to hear. But I sort of based it on an actor that I worked with for about a year. He was making his American debut. He's a South Korean actor, and I remember being with him for a year straight, and I sort of almost emulated him. And then what I would do is I would write all the English in Korean, so I could break it down by sound, and then I would watch a lot of his old movies, and then I would it was kind of a mishmash of all that kind of put together. Yeah.
All right, good. JB.
Well, I can only do 4 voices, so I wrote them on a piece of paper, stuck them on a wall, blindfolded myself, and threw a dart at it. And, no, the thing was that he was we had to find this thing where he had to be sort of disconnected from humanity because of his obsession and his ease with death and his desire for death. So clearly there was a lot of trauma in the back. Someone who couldn't really connect, who was really keeping it very close, which is great because I don't have to scream very much. And find that kind of that coldness through having been badly disturbed, and that's why we just dropped it down and got into this kind of fairly. It almost feels like he's talking to himself most of the time and not really connecting with people because he can't. And I think it was just I use the trauma I've had from working with Roger in the past.
The gap, right? Specifically.
You think I'm joking? I'm not.
All right, Roger.
Actually, so Mirage started off. I came in and had nailed this Creole Ethiopian Welsh accent. Like right from the get-go, they said that's not going to work. We've already got something that's kind of doing that. So I just basically said, okay, maybe we'll just have him stammer over his words more. And they were like, yeah, I didn't come up with a voice per se, as much as we collaboratively worked on. They had the structure for what they wanted in terms of a guy who was always overcompensating. Not that I can relate. And they wanted his brain to go much faster than his tongue. And so that's where that sort of stammering kind of, not stuttering, but just when he kind of stumbles over his words, it's like he's coming up with things faster than his tongue can keep up. And that was a collaborative effort in the booth at the time. And they just kind of had me pitch it up, I guess, a little bit.
It's just Roger after 2 shots of tequila.
It's basically, yeah. Really, all my characters are conjured up by the quantity of alcohol that I
can. Sonic is like a Shirley Temple, and then we just go up from there.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Do it. Shantel, bring us home.
Yeah, I mean, same with Wraith. They kind of had a template of what they were looking for, and I remember that they wanted it to be that she had similar to JB, a lot of like trauma and secrets. So for me, it was just about keeping everything really close to the vest. And I remember when I sent in my audition, I wrote down like a lot of trauma and secrets before I actually knew anything about Wraith. And it's interesting because there isn't a whole lot of variation in her voice. And I obviously do it in a lower register because there is a lot that is to herself or things that she's discovering because of what happens in the void versus what happens when she's not in the void. So it's an interesting thing to play because there isn't a whole lot of range. And also she's very like combat ready. So for me, it was always just holding on and knowing her secrets that nobody else knows and kind of coming from that place of wanting to have her walls up.
Very well.
Yeah.
Well done. Awesome. Jack, thank you. Great question to start us off with. What do we have next? And this comes from Christy. What resonates with you the most about your character?
That's a good one.
As little as possible is what I'm going to say.
Oh boy.
He scares me.
Yeah.
We're both be a little gassy sometimes, but that's about it.
I have too many eggs. Sorry. Spit take.
But who's got another?
Go on, someone's got to jump.
I mean, overcompensation. I like, if anything, the what resonates with me are those little asides that Mirage does at the end of something when he's trying to be, witty or charming or funny, and then the self-deprecation or the self-doubt kind of creeps in. That resonates with me. That's up the that's in my my wheelhouse for a sense of humor, I guess. So that's about it. Definitely not the hair.
I love in Lifeline. I love that she's a lifeline. I'm kind of that mom figure, or not mom, but maybe like the cool auntie. I could definitely relate to being a lifeline, and the music. She's always listening to music. That's definitely what gets me through the day.
Fair. Who's got another? Johnny, how about you?
I think definitely, when people look at crypto, he always looks, always ready and perfect all the time. He's the best, but I'm not really. But like he's always he's always ready and prepared, and it comes from a place of like from hurt, from or like not being afraid of not being prepared. So definitely can relate to that.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think what resonates for me about Horizon is her problem solving, like her ability to be in peril or to be, under pressure and just to always want to try and figure things out and to want to try and find the answers and fix things and just make things better, because she has this she has the mom thing, and it's just this like underlying sense of trying to create balance in times of chaos, and just that resilience. She's got this. I mean, she's circled around the black hole for 87 years. Come on, the woman's got resilience. And I don't know. I think that's like very much about my culture as well. It's like Scottish people are very, they're very driven to fix. It's like we're fixers and we want to, create. I don't know. I think I'm very idealistic. I kind of see the world through rose-tinted glasses, and I think Horizon has a lot of that, which actually has made her kind of a cute character in a way, to be in a murder game.
Fair.
I mean,
fair.
I feel like with Wraith, she, in a sense, is much more extreme, covering for how much vulnerability she wishes she could lean into and how much that she's actually been through. And I think that there's a part of me that relates to that, feeling like you have to be strong and tough. I'm definitely not as much as Wraith. She doesn't have as great of empathy or people skills, but being able to like fight through and not just completely break down when you don't understand maybe what's happened in your life or why, and you're still kind of putting the pieces together. So that's something I relate to, but definitely not in the extreme version that is Wraith.
Justine, how about you?
I just love how energetic and positive Wattson is. I wish I could be as energetic as she is, but I love that she's so punny. Almost, every other line is an electrical pun. The writers are so great with those, and she just really cares about everyone. And I think she's one of the only characters that loves everyone except for Revenant, really. So that's really cool.
Indeed. Erica, bring us home.
I would say her sense of confidence, focus, and grit under pressure. I can be like a little all over the place when I don't have a focus, but when I do have something that is demanded of me, or something that's like very sort of imperative in the moment, under pressure, or if someone's injured or whatever, I tend to get sort of very laser focused and grounded, and that's something that I see in Bangalore quite a bit, and also just the fact that she lost somebody very important to her. And close to her. I relate to that also.
Very nice. Christy, thank you. Great question. What we have next, this comes from Kat. If you could have any of the Legends abilities in real life, which would you choose and why?
Well, I'll say it. I wish I was a better scientist. I'm part of, I'm 1/3 of team science over here with Caustic and Horizon, and I never was great at science. I'm much more of an English history, foreign language person, and so if I could become an electrical engineer like that, like Wattson, that would be fantastic.
Nice. Who's got another?
When I'm fast, but I love to be able to double time it, like that.
Well, I'd like to pick a superpower that's not necessarily lifelines. Like, I love Elle's superpower. I'm into quantum mechanics and string theory and timelines. And if I could know more about that, like lean into the science of of the effects of time travel and black holes, and that would be very cool.
I'd go with crypto just because of the ability to, like, you know, fix your computer, I guess. That would come in handy.
We all want that superpower.
Right? It's like every time I just go, why isn't my phone? It's like if I was crypto, I'd just be like, I will make it work.
I agree with Roger here, by the way, because I would want to go with my character's superpowers, because I literally had Chris and Roger waiting on stream one time on Twitch for an hour where we're trying to fix
the irony
sound, and then Chris Edgerly was like, "Oh my God, Johnny, you're crypto. What's going on?" And then Roger was going back and forth. I was sweating, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm ruining this." It was nerve-wracking, but definitely crypto, just because I was late to this doing computer stuff as well. But yeah, yep.
No worries.
I'd like to have the ability to soak people up with a vacuum cleaner. That would be pretty awesome. I mean, that's that Horizon does. She just goes around soaking people up, I think, right? I won't play the game, but that's what I've been told.
It's like that.
I'd like a Hoover superpower.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Be great
take that out.
Shantel, how about you?
I just have a visual. I mean, listen, I think in this day and age, it would be great to be able to get rid of violence and take my Dyson and get rid of, some people that have existed that haven't done any good for us. So that sounds
what I just said.
I know. I'm on board with you. I have another Dyson. We'll go do it.
I said it differently.
JB, bring us home.
Oh yeah, finish with the guy who's got the least redeemable traits of any. I'll pass. His ability to grow a fantastic beard. I'll take that.
Kat, thank you. That was a fun one. And a reminder to our audience, if you would like to chat with any of our guests like I am now, or purchase a personalized autograph, you can sign up at GalaxyCon.com. And let's go ahead and roll another one. This is going to come from Sammy. Any favorite lines?
Oh, mine is, I'm currently at the top of my game. Get it? That's my favorite electrical line.
For Wattson being so tiny, she has the worst dad jokes out of all of us.
She really does.
Waka, waka, waka. Look at how polite we all are. If anybody was to ever see us when we do our little Zoom calls, it's 18 people who won't shut up.
Yeah, to be fair though, there's usually quite a lot of booze involved.
It's true. But I love the fact that today we're all like, who would like to go next?
Ron, do you have a favorite line?
I have to look mine up.
I mean, I think I love when we get to do all of my kill lines, just because there's such a different energy to them. And so, I always envision her standing over the person that she killed, which is maybe awful of me. But I always love performing those. But then I always feel like if I go back to a line that is Wraith, it's like the pain, death, nothing phases me. And I love that line. But usually all the kill lines are my favorite to perform.
My favorite line is actually not from the game. It's actually Pathfinder in the, and I forget the name, the noir sort of short that they had just done recently. Because I love when Chris delivers the comedy, but in that just dead, monotone kind of tone. And it's when he comes in and Pathfinder says "Oh, good, security," and then "Oh no, security." Love that kind of stuff.
Mine are also dark. It's like, I feel most alive when rapidly approaching my death.
Who doesn't love that?
I'm inspired by many things, but death is what inspires. I'm fascinated by many things. Death is what inspires. He's a real, invite him to all your parties. He's a guest. I mean, oh, dear.
I think there was a glitch in the game where Horizon just kept saying over and over, "Oh, another soft landing," another soft landing. A wee pick me up. Let me give you a wee pick me up. And it's like, I swear that's the most amount of memes that I see online is like another soft landing. And I've seen memes where they say, do they know that I have another soft landing? So I get that a lot. So I think that was just like a glitch in the game at the start.
I remember back in the day watching Breaking Bad and Aaron Paul saying that he'd be in public and people would say like, you know, throw it, like I think he said he like someone threw him a Gatorade and was like, Gatorade me, bitch, and like they would say the lines, like his famous lines. So whenever I get cameos or do you know on Twitch, everyone wants me to call them an idiot. And it's just like, okay, I mean, this is what you want. So it's probably that line, don't be an idiot. But yeah.
I mean, there's so many, and I like legitimately don't remember them all, and I know there are better ones, but I always end up saying Drop, Shock, and Rock, Sailor, the 401st the most because it's in my head. But sure. I know if I look, so I would find another one.
There you go. Mela, bring us home.
I love her swagger. You know, I mean, my nan and I say, pass me that sugar. But I love last one down on a boom boom. And also just like, wanna be here? Take me out. Like she's just very, I love that she's, Lifeline's got some swagger. I mean, it's all fun and games until Caustic shows up.
Sammy, thank you. Great one. What do we have next? And it's going to come from Boy Gone Gaming. How did you get into voice acting?
I did the Magic School Bus. That's it. I auditioned when I was like 11 or 12 for that show and got it and had no idea it would become such a thing. Had no idea it would result in me being in so much voice, but I'm very, very appreciative of that.
For me, sorry. For me, I started out doing musical theater and never thought I would do voice acting, but I have some cousins that do it professionally. They do mostly promos and commercials. And when I moved back to LA from New York, they recommended that I start getting into voice acting because I'm also a singer. And I just loved it so much that it became the main thing in my career, and it's been a blast. I love it. And because, you know, on stage you can play a lot of different things, but in voiceover you can play, you know, a 4-year-old and a 44-year-old, which is amazing. I love that.
Not that old.
I slept with Roger because he told me he could get me an agent. No,
you're not the first.
It was I know. He's used that line so many times. I was a theatre actor in England, and I did a movie and moved over to LA because of the movie. And then someone was looking for voices for an anime, Japanese dub of an anime. So it was anime that got me in. It was an anime called Hellsing with a bunch of voice actor reprobates, and that kind of got me intrigued and kind of fascinated with this new kind of bit of the art form that I didn't really know. So I didn't really start voice acting until I moved to LA, but that's how I got in.
I did an anime when I was like 17 years old that was rated NC-17, which was real special.
Last week.
We're like, yeah.
Boy. No, I don't really talk about it. I'm pretty sure this is maybe the only time I've said that. I try to just block it out. But yeah, that was the only one I did until this. I remember it was like my maybe 11th audition that I sat in the bottom of my closet and did. And I remember getting a call back being like, I'm sure there's going to be like 200 people here, right? And it was just me, and it was terrifying. And I at the time I had short blonde hair, and I was like, I don't look anything like Wraith. And in my brain, because I'm coming from, you know, television and movies, I'm like, oh, they're going to ask me, like, I don't look like her. I'm probably not going to get it. So I learned a lot, and I've learned a lot throughout the process. You know, being how many ever seasons we're in now, it's insane, and I feel really grateful for it.
We're grateful for you too, Shantel.
Thank you.
I always had people telling me I should be in voiceover, and I took a class. And interestingly enough, I booked like some national commercials right out of the class, got an agent. but thought that it wasn't really possible. And so I ended up being a bank analyst, and in my spare time did disaster relief with FEMA and the Salvation Army. And then this kind of back burner job of voiceover became my top priority. And I just feel like I won the lottery. It's the best job in the world.
And then you started working on this game and got right back into disaster relief.
I do care packages for sure.
I got into it because I was terrible at stand-up comedy. And that's
hard to believe.
Basically, just kept saying at any time along the path of stand-up, it was like industry professionals going, "You ever thought about voiceover?" Like, no. But how about the comedy? Hey, you should look into voiceover. Yeah, I think I'll go do that.
Yeah. Elle, how about you?
Well, a little known fact is, I'm a singer as well as an actor. But when I first moved to LA, I was doing a lot of singing, and I was a session vocalist. And one of the first jobs that I ever booked, I think it's still running. It's called the World's Largest Tea Party, and it is the My Little Pony live show that is like all over the world.
This is gold, peeps.
I didn't realize this was confession hour.
And so I sang, I did a bunch of singing parts for that show. So there's a lot of me in that show, because they come out in big costumes and they pretend that they're singing, but they're not. It's actually people like me. And so I did a lot of the studio work for that. But I also voiced some ladybugs. And then I got cast as an acorn. So,
I like that she's doing the full evolutionary practice.
My live stream.
You could see it.
Oh my God.
Small acorns, mighty oaks grew. That would be really cheesy, so don't say it.
Hamlet, Solzhenitsyn, acorn.
I love
Like inanimate objects.
The range that's being covered. We got anime porn and
You run the full gamut here at Apex Legends, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm so curious to know what an acorn sounds like. What was the breakdown for the acorn?
Santa, and she talked like this, and she sang, "Come on and learn along with me."
That's amazing.
That's charming. That's absolutely charming.
And this is without alcohol.
Oh, is it?
Oh my God.
It's the clock somewhere.
Johnny, bring us home.
Mine, I specifically remember how it happened. I had no job. I was a non-working actor, and I went to every year. The networks have a diversity showcase, and at ABC, I remember doing my audition, and then my reader, she was her name is Charlotte Chung, and she voices Diva in Overwatch and all that. And she was my reader, and we became friends. And then I saw her in Overwatch and in Call of Duty, and I was like, oh my God, that's amazing! Like, how do I be a part of this? I'm a huge gamer, and she pretty much was like a mama bear and walked me into her agency. And I told the agents, I was like, I love video games. I'm really passionate about this stuff. I've done theater and film and all that stuff. I really believe I can. Please.
It's usually Roger, don't worry about it.
So yeah, it all started from there, and then here I am in Apex Legends, and then I got to do I got to work with Roger on the season 3 trailer. I walked on set. It was amazing. I was like, that's Batman. I shook his hand and he was like, keep working harder, kid. I got traumatized and almost quit. But That's
Batman. I thought he would have been taller.
And here we are.
Tears him down to bring him back up again.
What a tragic disappointment, Johnny, for you.
Boy God Gaming, thank you. That was a fun one. I think we have time for one more, so let's see if we can roll out a really good one. And this comes from Amelia. What has been your favorite part of working on Apex?
The community.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah, all the people.
Apex community and hanging out with the legends. It's the best
Yes.
family ever.
The fan art is insane. I probably get 10, 15 pieces of fan art a day that is sent to me on Twitter or Instagram. It's incredible. All the lore is amazing, and I just love the cast. You guys are so awesome, and it's really wonderful being able to connect in this time when we're, most of us are alone or have one or two people that we see in person. It's really special that we have this huge text chain and a Twitter message chain that's just hilarious, and I just love it. I'm really, really lucky.
I don't want to misrepresent the writer that said this, but around the holidays, I had reached out to a few people and was talking about the appreciation that we all have for what we get to do as a group, as one big sort of like funky dysfunctional family that has a blast on these text and Zoom calls and all that kind of stuff. And this individual said, yeah, one of our sort of approaches with the entire sort of lore and canon of Apex was going to be that it was about family. And I thought, oh, how funny that it's like that's what has sort of happened here. Like there's nothing better than when we get to welcome someone new into the fold and be like, and I'm sure they just go, why am I getting 60 text messages a day?
What the hell have I walked into?
Exactly. And but it really, and this is, I've never been a part of any project where it's been like this, where I think one of the first times we did a Zoom call, I was laughing thinking, we're doing what I think most people assume we would be doing as a cast, but never happened in any other project ever. And yet with this project, we do. Everybody just kind of keeps tabs, and every now and then it's just like Zoom cocktail hour for everyone. And Lanscombe out in Hawaii with his goat, he's on his cell phone. Like, it's just a blast. So the community that Respawn has created with this is just incredible.
Yeah, I think as the newest, I'm so new. It's like I'm only a few months in, but I definitely feel like something shifted for me as a working actor. It was like I kind of felt that I was part of something. It's been covered. It's like, the community, the art, the cast, the writers, the group, the energy. But I don't know. It's like I definitely feel like going forward, this is something that I'll always draw from. I don't know. It's like it's gave me a personal sense of community in an industry at a time last year when we couldn't physically be together, but it was, pardon the pun, Mela, it was a lifeline. It was a lifeline for me, to be doing this in a pandemic from home, and I had never met anyone, and I still haven't met some of the people, and it's just, but I was made to feel very welcome. So I appreciate that very much by everybody, the whole gamut of, people, humans.
Except Johnny, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
No, we're in public. We're only supposed to bully him in private.
Yeah. The truth comes out. The internet's gonna know. The internet's gonna know.
We do literally bully Johnny all the time.
Do. I feel like once you have an 8-pack, you deserve it.
It's only because he's the sexiest one of all of us.
I open my Twitter and if you guys can get an image, it's me going like this and everyone's kicking me on the head. and then the writers are pouring booze on me.
You deal with it very well, Johnny.
But yeah.
But then we make up for it and we send you the most sentimental messages on your birthday and make you.
That is true. I hate you guys for that because I literally cried my eyes out. And again, it's literally what all of these guys are saying. It's the fan community, the support, the cast. I've never been a part of any project where, like what Roger said, where we hang out, we literally enjoy each other's company, and we help each other. And Mela's literally in the beginning of the pandemic, she helped me out with audio stuff, and we joke around, and I told and everyone has given me because all of these voiceover actors or actors, they've all given me great advice, That's something that I can you can't get anywhere, just from experience. Yeah, it's just the whole group is amazing. And I was telling some of the other voice actors, I'm like, so this is voice acting? Yeah. Oh my God, where have I been? They're like, no, this is very special. I was like, oh, okay.
I remember the same thing. I remember finding out that there was this group text that was happening, and I was the only one not on it. Of course, I felt like a kid eating lunch alone. I remember being like, well, why? But wait, I didn't know that this is what voice acting is. Because, when you're on an acting job, maybe you connect with one or two people and you'll hang out with them outside of work. But it's not like an entire cast is ever really close. So I remember, being like, well, I want to be invited to a text chat. I want to come to meetings. And I remember just, usually I just sit back in awe of how quick and witty and hilarious everybody is. But it has a sense of community from everybody involved. And I feel grateful and probably spoiled that this is my first big voiceover job. Good karma, though.
Totally.
Right? Yes.
Absolutely. JB, any thoughts on this?
On what? Sorry, what was the question? I'm with Roger. Roger and I have known each other a very, 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 very long time. Sorry.
Justine said you could do somebody as old as 44. It was like.
In terms of mileage, Roger and I probably
that's the oldest I can play.
The sheer mileage that Roger and I put in, and you know what? That it's one of those things where there is something different, and I do on camera as well. And there is something different about the voiceover community, and that is it is a more supportive, but it's never like this. And this is something very, very special. I've never encountered anything like it, like Roger either. And I find myself, really hating most people. But on this, I actually quite like these people, and it's great to also because I've directed a number of them in various different means as well. But to actually get to work together as castmates is super fun, and I feel very, very blessed. And I'm really, really happy to know everyone except Johnny.
Yeah.
So it's great.
It's good.
Mela, have we heard from you yet? No, I don't think so. What are your thoughts?
Oh, I think you did hear from me. I love, I was by myself for like 10 months in the pandemic, and I love to be a lifeline, but this cast was definitely a lifeline for me. And I remember the first time we had our like Zoom hangout, and I'm not a big drinker, but like I had a bottle of wine and I was like committed. I was going to be like, oh, whatever, but just
stay with us, young Padawan. You too can learn.
I am the least alcoholic of the bunch. I didn't know I was coming into quite the pros. But we just laughed.
Famous accusations.
Each other, and I think my favorite part is to be not only close with the fan community and the cast, but the developers, the writers, the coders. It's like we had an opportunity last year to be at Respawn and to really bond in December, and then we had the party, and then we did karaoke, and once the pandemic hit, we'd already created this unusual family. And my favorite part about it is the joy that it brings. And I'm glad that resonates in the game to the rest of the world.
I would really add that as well, because a lot of that community is to do with Respawn, and I really want to take hats off to them, because they really have engineered it in a way they've been very open to that. There's a lot of times it's all kind of, well, we can keep everyone very separate, and this is our sacred thing, and they've been really, really encouraging, and they've fostered that kind of closeness between us all, and I think that's a testament to what they've written and the community they've created.
Yeah, seriously. Like I remember even at the Respawn party last year. Was it last year? 2 years ago?
Yeah,
something like that.
Last year. Yeah, last year.
Yeah, I don't
I know
know.
2020 felt like 5 years. It was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
way back in 2019. Yeah.
I followed Vince's career for a really long time, and I remember, and he's like the nicest guy. And at the party, like everyone's like, "Oh my God, that's Vince! That's Vince! That's Vince!" And I was like, I showed up. I was like, "Hey, Vince, tequila shots!" And like, it was like the movies where it's like, and then everyone just like stared at me like, "What are you doing?" And then Vince is like, "Yeah," and it was like, "Hey!"
You're so much cooler. The first time I met Vince, I was dropping off a care package at Respawn, like maybe 3 weeks after the game came out. And I was dropping it off. And then Vince walked up to me. And I was instantly like 7. And I started to stutter and cry. You know, I was like, it's you, just crying. I was like, I felt like, you know, like now I understand, you know, it's fangirling. He's so kind and so nice. And I should post it, but he's like, relax, you have Snapchat. And so we have like a Snapchat where he's as a teddy bear. He's like, I'm just a teddy bear. And he rolls it over and we take pictures. And he's like, he looks very cute as a teddy bear with a girl voice. He's hilarious and amazing.
Nice. Erica, bring us home.
What? No, I did. I started.
Yes, I got my cheat sheets here.
Yeah. Something, well, we're talking about Respawn. There is a producer at Respawn called Ed Harmer, and it is his birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Ed! That's right. Happy birthday, Ed!
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Can we sing him?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we can. I don't think they're going to sue us.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Start it. A 1 and a 2.
This can only go great.
Birthday!
Happy
GalaxyCon viewers, this has been my time with Apex Legends, but it absolutely does not have to be yours. If you'd like to chat with any of our guests or purchase a personalized autograph, please sign up at GalaxyCon.com. And after my boorish mistake earlier, I owe Shantel an introduction, so I will give her an outro. She is an actress whose credits include Shooter, The Boys, and For All Mankind. Today she has joined us as the voice of Wraith. Please say a fond farewell to Shantel VanSanten and the cast of Apex Legends. Until then, bye-bye, everyone. Take care, and please stay
Goodbye.